Hey guys, George here and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about a elusive sound, the Dumble sound, and the pedal I use to help me get closest to it, the Wampler Euphoria. Let's have a listen to it. So what sparked my interest in this pedal again was most recently Mythos Pedals came out with their Herculean Deluxe pedal, which is one side of the Hercules, which is supposed to be a Dumble sounding pedal, and the other side being a blues breaker. And it sounded really good. It had me thinking, I think I have a pedal that can kind of get that Dumble sound. Let me plug it back in. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's a unique pedal in the way that it works, and I want to show you guys around it. And yeah, first the Dumble sound and what that is. For me, it's hard to describe, and of course there's been a lot of different Dumble models, but overall for me the Dumble sound is a very powerful but transparent sound, meaning that if you have a Strat, it'll still sound Stratty, or a Les Paul, it'll sound like a Les Paul, but it just has this singing sustain and like a bit of hair on the note that's very signature to the Dumble when you crank it. Overall, they're amazing sounding amps. They got an amazing price tag too, with some Dumble amps fetching over 6 figures. So it's a very revered amp. And how much of that is hype and how much of it is just supply and demand? I mean, the guy who made them, Alexander Dumble, started making them in the 70s, and he was a one-man operation. There's also a lot of people that try to chase sounds that they hear from some of their favorite guitarists. And I mean, Stevie Ray Vaughan and Robin Ford used the Dumble for a long time. And I don't know how much of that is in their hands, how much of it is in the Dumble, because I still think it sounded like Stevie Ray Vaughan. I still think it sounds like Robin Ford when he plays through a Dumble or when he plays through a Fender, but they really like it. So it might be something that, you know, we're missing from that in the room amp experience. But let's take a look at the Euphoria and how it gets there. So the in the manual, there's a setting that says like D forward. So it's like a Dumble and then forward. I'll put the diagram on the screen for that D forward setting. But yeah, I use that for the intro video with the Les Paul. So here you have the controls. You have volume, and there's tons of volume on tap. You have the tone, which shapes the high end. You have the gain, which of course is a gain knob, and then the bass, which is the most important because it's coming before the clipping section. So it kind of adds like a secondary gain knob for the low end. So the most misunderstood control on here is that bass knob, and it's actually adding a bunch of gain on top too. It thickens the sound up, makes it really hairy, and depending what switch you have it on, the voicing switch, syrupy, just adds so much thickness to the sound. So you can think of it as a secondary gain knob for the lower frequencies. I think a lot of people don't know that about this pedal, and it turns them off to it, but it's such a great tone shaping tool. So have a listen to this thing. This is with it about 11 o'clock. I'm gonna turn it all the way down now. Check this out. So not a thin sound at all, but there's no bass on there. So no bass is more like unity bass. And then if we crank it up, gets super hairy and fuzzy. So I went straight into my Dream 65 and with a really clean sound. This is the sound I'm using for the whole video, including the intro, and then when we kick on the pedal. Then you have this voicing switch on top, which is smooth, open, and crunch. Smooth is the Dumble style. It's very touch sensitive, very dynamic. Open is the one with the highest headroom and also gives you a bigger volume jump. And then crunch just gets crunchy really early. It's the most distorted of the three. Let's switch guitars over to a Strat, and I want to demonstrate what that voicing switch does, because we talked about it, but I want you to hear it as well. Also, I have it right now. Again, I have a super clean sound on the Dream. So not a lot going on. If I put this like to a low edge of breakup sound, so it can do that really well too. And right now it's on the smooth voicing. Everything you heard on the Les Paul was on the smooth voicing. We turn up the gain and the bass a little bit. Everything's pretty much at 12 o'clock now. That's the smooth voicing. Let's move over to open voicing. This is also a much louder setting. Turn up the bass a little bit. And now the crunch setting. Turn up the gain a little bit. If we stay on crunch, turn down the bass all the way up, turn up the gain. Let's see what it sounds like. Yeah, you can have this pedal be really transparent and just give yourself a little boost and still really retain the sound of your guitar, or you can have it really give you a kick. Yeah, I had major gear acquisition syndrome when I saw that Herculean Deluxe, but plugging this thing back in, it made me reconsider wanting to buy it, because I have that sound in this pedal. I remember why I bought this pedal. I haven't plugged it in about a year or two, maybe more, but it's an amazing pedal and gives you that sound for sure. Hope one day I can plug into a real Dumble and see what the hype's about, but I probably won't get that opportunity. Yeah, what do you guys think of the Dumble sound, and what's your favorite Dumble pedal? Let me know in the comments down below. I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, drop a like for me and subscribe if you haven't. It helps the channel out a lot. I'm going to be putting out a lot more guitar and music related content in the future, so until next time, see ya.